President Ramchandra Paurel, as per the recommendation made by the Council of Ministers, has granted general amnesty to 19 culprits, including former lawmaker Resham Chaudhary, who were all serving life imprisonment as they were proven guilty in the infamous Tikapur incident back in 2015. Even as Article 276 of the Constitution states that the President has the right to pardon, alter or reduce a verdict announced by the court, the latest development is bound to have its repercussions, as the decision, needless to say, has not gone down well with the large section of the society. Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. General amnesty granted to 19 culprits, including Resham Chaudhary, who were serving life sentence. Experts call Chaudhary's pardon against the existing rules. Former prime ministers and former foreign ministers urge Premier Dahal to raise the issue of EPG and border encroachment with priority during his India visit. Economic survey for the current fiscal year publicized. Economic growth to be limited to 2.16%. Agriculture sector could have a better growth. And India lift Kava Women's Volleyball Championship, demolished Kazakhstan in straight sets in the final. Nepal finished third with a 3-1 win against Uzbekistan. President Ramchandra Paurel has granted general amnesty to 19 culprits, including former lawmaker Resham Lal Chaudhary, serving life imprisonment in connection with the infamous Tikapur massacre back in 2015. President Paurel, as per the recommendation made by the Council of Ministers, granted the general amnesty on the occasion of Republic Day that falls tomorrow. The cabinet had recommended general amnesty for 19 culprits who were serving life sentence. These culprits also included political prisoners of the armed conflict and prisoners who were serving life sentence for election-related violence. The President's office endorsed the government recommendation within a few hours. The government was also trying to provide pardon to the political prisoners by amending the existing act. However, even before the new law could be enacted, the government has reached the decision of general amnesty. Earlier, President Ramchandra Paurel's directive to do as per law in the case of Resham Lal Chaudhary had paved way for his pardon, as Chaudhary is the only culprit who has been granted a pardon in the Tikapur incident. The government has informed that the decision was taken following the law as suggested by experts. Political parties had reached an understanding of granting general amnesty to Resham Chaudhary at the time of the government formation. However, when the Supreme Court upheld the earlier verdicts of life imprisonment against Chaudhary, his judicial process of getting an amnesty had ended. Meanwhile, civil society and leaders from the opposition have protested against the government decision. During the infamous Tikapur incident in September 2015, 8 police officials were lynched by angry mob, while one 2-year-old toddler was also killed. Every year on the occasion of Republic Day, the government pardons jail inmates considering their good behavior and age, while a clause of the Constitution also bars the government from providing amnesty to prisoners who are serving jail terms for heinous crimes such as rape, murder, torture, among others. Former prime ministers and former foreign ministers have suggested Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal to raise the issue of border dispute with priority during his upcoming visit to India. During the meeting held with former Prime Minister Baburam Bhattarai at Singhadarbar today to receive suggestions for Prime Minister Dahal's visit to India, Bhattarai advised Dahal to request Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to receive the Eminent Person Group or EPG report, which was prepared 4 years ago. Likewise, CPNUML has given a 5-point suggestion, including to review the trade agreement. CPNUML has also said that the issues should be raised during bilateral discussions regarding the Pancheshwar project and Mahakali River and Upper Karnali, which India has been occupying, along with the West Seti project. Meanwhile, some former foreign ministers have advised Prime Minister Dahal to only sign agreements which have possibility of implementation, as some prior agreements have yet to be implemented. Premier Dahal remarked that all the suggestions given were in the interest of the nation and positive. The former foreign ministers also requested Prime Minister Dahal to raise the issues of border dispute, energy, electricity and water distribution in priority. They also advised the Prime Minister to include the issues of air route, trade deficit and marketization of Nepali goods that are exported to India. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal will be going on a 4-day visit to India from this Wednesday, 31st of May till 3rd of June. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal has claimed of what he said breakthrough achievement during his upcoming India visit. Addressing the General Convention of Nepal Professors Association, Prime Minister Dahal informed that there would be an agreement to move ahead with the Pancheshwar Hydel project during his visit to India. With disagreement over sharing of water, a DPR of the project is yet to be made. Likewise, Prime Minister Dahal said that the issue of air route and border encroachment would also be raised with priority during his state visit to India that begins this Wednesday. The House meeting today has nominated 12 lawmakers for the Parliamentary Hearing Committee. Ramesh Lekhak, Ishwari Nyapane, Jivan Pariyar and Gyanendra Bahadur Karki represent Nepali Congress in the Parliamentary Hearing Committee. Likewise, CPN-UML is represented by Padam Giri, Mahesh Kumar Gartola, Leela Nath Shrestha and Ishwari GM. Meanwhile, Janardhan Sharma from CPN Maoist Center, Rashtriya Swatantra Party's Dol Prasad Aryal, Rashtriya Prajanta Party's Pashupati Shamsher Rana and Janata Samajwadi's Prakash Adhikari are the other members of the committee. The nominations were endorsed by a majority at the Parliament today. The 15-member committee already has Ramesh Jung Raemaji representing Nepali Congress from the National Assembly, CPN-UML's Devendra Dahal and CPN Maoist Center's Jagprasad Sharma. Out of the 44 corporations under government investment, only 25 are in profit. Speaking at today's meeting of the House of Representatives, Finance Minister Prakash Charan Mahat, while making public the financial survey for the current fiscal year and the report of the public corporations, said that more than half of the corporations are suffering losses. Minister Mahat stated that the government has received profit of only 1% of its investment. The total consumption, which was 94.2% of the gross domestic product in the previous fiscal year, is estimated to be 93.6% in the current fiscal year. During this period, the saving is estimated to be only 6.4% of the GDP. Likewise, investment is projected to lower by 5% to remain at 1,754.16 billion rupees. Investment ratio, which was at 37.4% in the previous fiscal year, is estimated to lower to 32.6%. It has been mentioned in the economic survey that the rate of expense in all three tiers of government has been increasing. The unified expense has gone up to 9.4% to reach 1,490 billion rupees. The current expenditure is at 57.6%, capital expense is at 32.9%, while the financial expense is at 9.5%. The revenue of the federal government has dropped by 14% to remain at 582 billion rupees. During this period, the federal revenue has been limited to 15.3% or 508 billion rupees. Only 75% of the targeted amount of the value-added tax and excise tax have been collected. The expenses of the federal government is 223 billion rupees more than the amount received from revenue and foreign aid. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, what could be the reason for the dilly-dallying in the investigations carried out by the CIAA? 84% voted for A, political influence, 16% voted for B, questionable capabilities, and 1% voted for C, lack of human resources. And here's today's question. What could be the reason for the state-owned corporations incurring losses? Your options are A, recruitment center for political cadres, B, incapable management, and C, impact of recession. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. In our Public Voice segment today, we have asked people in several provinces how they evaluate the accomplishments of 15 years of republicanism. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
मुलुकले केही कुराहरुमा सकारात्मक फड्को चाहिँ मारेको छ तर पनि जनता निराश छन् उत्साहित छैनन्
बाटाघाटा बढे त्यही चाहिँ चित्त बुझेको छ अर्थात त अब त्यति चित्त बुझ्दो छैन
गणतन्त्रमा चाहिँ मान्छेले सेवा सुविधाहरु पाछन् बोल्न पाछन्
हामी महिलाहरूले नेतृत्व गर्ने सामाजिक स्थानमा ठाउँ पाउने देखि लिएर हरेक तह र तबकामा महिलाको नेतृत्व अगाडि बढेको छ
कुनै व्यवसाय गर्नको लागि हामी निर्धक्क भएर हामी खुल्न पाइराछौं
गणतन्त्रको उपलब्धि जनतालाई भन्दा नेतालाई मात्रै र नेतृत्वलाई मात्रै आछ
नीति निर्माण पुर्याउने ठाउँसम्म महिलाहरू पुगेका छन्
गणतन्त्र राजनीतिक क्षेत्रमा पहुँचवालाहरूका लागि र कर्मचारी तन्त्रमा उच्च पदस्थ अधिकारीहरूको लागि मात्र प्रफुल्लित र वरदान साबित भएको छ
साच्चै गणतन्त्रको अनुभूति चाहिँ जनताले आफ्नो जीवनमा चाहिँ गर्न पाएको अवस्था चाहिँ मैले महसुस गर्न सकेका छैन
गणतन्त्रका नाममा देशैभरि लुटतन्त्र रहेको देखिरहेका छौं हामी
जति अपेक्षाहरू राखेका थिए त्यो अनुसार भएको छैन
शासन सत्ता चलाउने मान्छेले गणतन्त्रप्रति नै अलमल वास्तव क्लियर कार्यदिशा नभए जस्तो
It's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
India have lifted the Kava Women's Volleyball Championship with straight sets victory over Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan proved no match for the tough Indian girls who dominated the final at the covered hall played earlier today. It looked as if the Indian girls saved the best for the championship finale as they won the first set 25-15. Kazakhstan put up a better performance in the second set, going neck to neck, but they lost the set 25-22 at the end. India also dominated the third set, giving no room for Kazakh girls to stage a comeback as they won the third set 25-13. Meanwhile, Nepal finished third at the Kava Women Volleyball Championship. In the match to decide the third place today, Nepal defeated Uzbekistan in 4 sets. In the match played at the covered hall of the National Sports Council, Nepal conceded the first set, losing 20-25. Following the early debacle, Nepal made a strong comeback into the match, pocketing the next 3 sets to come third in the 8-nation tournament. Nepal won the next 3 sets 25-16, 25-15, 25-13. Nepal and Uzbekistan were beaten semi-finalists as Nepal had gone down to Kazakhstan in 5 sets, while India had thumped Uzbekistan in straight sets. Nepal's pocket-sized dynamite, Salina Shrestha, won the best libero of the Kava Women's Volleyball Championship. Salina's performance has been hailed as instrumental in Nepal finishing third in the tournament.
Thank you, sir.
Meanwhile, India dominated the rest of the individual performances. India's Nirmal was adjudged the outstanding player of the tournament. Likewise, Jinni of India was adjudged the best setter of the championship. Best blocker award went to India's Surya, while Anushri, also of India, won the best outside hitter award. Meanwhile, Kazakhstan's Bota Uta Hewa was adjudged the first best outside hitter. The best opposite award went to Kazakhstan's Sikkaji Kova, while Uzbekistan's Kodi Shakhon won the middle blocker award. Manang Mershengdi Club edged past 3-star club by a solitary goal at the Martyrs Memorial A-Division League today. In the match played at the Anfa complex in Sadabatu, Lalitpur today, 3-star missed an opportunity to score in the 17th minute as Laken Limbu's powerful shot from outside the D-box hit the crossbar. Chetan Kumar Tharu finally opened the scoring for Manang Marshangdi in the 38th minute. Diagne's effort hit the woodwork and Manang defender Aziz took the rebound and passed it to Chetan for the score. Manang Marshangdi held on to the lead to seal the 1-0 victory over 3-star club. With the win, Manang have climbed to the 11th spot of the league table with 28 points from 22 matches. Meanwhile, 3-star are... And it's time now for the weather update. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.